Hello you lot. I bought a new pedal board yesterday, so I thought I'd do you a video of what's in my pedal board. Every now and again people come up to me after gigs and they want to see what pedals I'm using, and the answer is not many, but here we go. Here is my new pedal case. That's the Pedal Train Metro 16 or something, for anyone who wants to know what this pedal board is. Comes with a hard case. That is my wireless pack for my guitar. I started using wireless system with the full band gigs many years ago, just because I was sick and tired of tripping up on my guitar cables, especially when I had like the acoustics and the electrics. There was just too much to trip up on, especially in small venues. So yeah, went wireless. I'll show you the receiver in a minute. So this is the pedal board. Those are the keys falling on the floor. The keys to the case. Not important. Right. Here is the pedal board. It is the Pedal Train Metro 16 board, and the pedals that I have on it are, as you can see, not many. This one here is the receiver for the GLX D16 wireless system. It's a Shure pedal. It's also a tuner. And it works in 99.999% of venues. It works on a 2.4 gigahertz frequency, which means you don't need a license for it, but it's sort of up there where Wi-Fi and things exist. So most of the time it doesn't get interference. It can scan through loads of different frequencies to find one that's not interfering, but I've only had one instance where it didn't work at all, and so I had to use leads like an absolute muggle. So next to it I have a standard Boss TU2, no, this is a new TU3 tuner. I know I've already got a tuner, but for those rare instances where I don't use the wireless system, for example on the Village Halls tour where I've been changing guitar, I've just been using cables because it's just easier rather than taking the whole wireless pack off and putting on the other guitar. So that is there just in case that this doesn't work or I'm not using it. It is a bomb-proof pedal. I've had my old TU2 for about 25 years, but I just decided to swap it out for a new one because everything else was new. Then the next thing up is the Boss AD2 preamp. Now, I never used to have a preamp pedal, but I've read about these and I thought I'd give it a try. Various other preamps are available. There's the Fishman do one, LR Bags do one, Fender does one. There's loads on the market. But I went for a Boss one because I used to have a Boss pedal board and it fitted in the slots. Simple as that. So I might swap this out for an LR Bags one. The LR Bags stage one I think is probably the one I'd go for because I've got LR Bags pickup in my guitar, and I've tried them before in guitar shops and they do sound amazing. But anyway, what this does is it just adds a bit of extra tone to the guitar, a bit of extra shine and shimmer. It's got 3 knobs on it: ambience, notch and acoustic resonance. I realise they're all fairly vague terms, but I just fiddled with them until I got a sound that I liked. My guitar already sounds amazing when you put it into a PA system. You don't really need to EQ it much, but this just makes it sound slightly more amazing. Anyway, next up is absolute beast of a pedal. When this is lit up, it's incredibly pretty, so I like having it on the pedal board just because it looks nice. But no, it's the Fender Smolder acoustic overdrive pedal. Now, I only use this with the full band shows for those songs such as the heavier stuff, you know, like Black Dog Day and all that, where you need just a little bit of extra oomph, but I don't want to swap to an electric guitar. Did that for a while many years ago, and it was just it just wasn't the right sound for the show. But this does a really nice job of blending the acoustic guitar in with some overdrive. If you use a normal overdrive pedal, like an electric guitar overdrive pedal, with an acoustic guitar, it doesn't quite sound right. Whereas this thing does. It sort of blends. There's got a blend knob there, which sort of blends in the acoustics. You still get the sound of the snap of the acoustic strings, but you just get overdrive underneath, which is really cool. So that's that pedal. And then it comes out finally into a DI box. Now this is a passive DI box, so it needs phantom power from the desk. This is a radial bug DI box. I've got this on here because, I mean, most sound engineers will prefer that I use their DI boxes because sound engineers can be very picky about the DI boxes they use. But it's always nice just to have one just in case. So that's that. It sends a balance line out into the desk rather than a jack lead. So there you go. That is my pedal board. It's not particularly big, but then I do play acoustic guitar, so I don't really need that many other things. I used to have a reverb pedal on here, but I found that I just never used it. Every sound engineer in the world goes, "Do you want a bit of reverb on that, mate?" And then you go, "Yeah, go on there." And he puts his much nicer reverb than what the pedal could do from the desk. So I got rid of that. Yeah, that's about it. So there you go. That's my pedal board.